Hi, I'm Larry McAtee, Ward 3 City Councilman, and what a pleasure it is today, actually an honor, to have the Area Director for CBMC, Harold Armstrong, here with us today. Harold, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule.
Councilman, it's a real pleasure to be here. Thank you.
How about giving our viewers, before we get into CBMC, how about giving our viewers a little biographical sketch of what you've been involved with and how you got to this point as Area Director?
Well, I guess I'd first off say I'm proud to be an Oklahoman. I was raised out in western Oklahoma, out in Woodward, and went to high school there, through high school, and since then have been over to Northwestern at Alva, and then later at Central, what was Central State at that point in time, now UCO. And started out in my career as a radio announcer while I was in college, high school and college, to work my way through school. And did that off and on for several years, and then got involved in real estate, different aspects of real estate, and have been involved in the financial side. I was president of a mortgage banking company here in Oklahoma City for about 10.5 years. And then I later got my broker's license, and I'm a Oklahoma real estate broker as well as a state certified real estate appraiser. And that's what I was doing before I became area director for CBMC.
Now, when did that happen, when you became Area Director for CBMC, Harold?
I actually got on the board of CBMC about 1999, I guess. And then I became area director in 2006, so about 6 years ago.
Well, now, how about giving our viewers, now that background of you personally, how about sharing with our viewers CBMC? What does it stand for? What's its mission?
People ask that, and we call the CBMC stands for Christian Businessman's Connection. We are, for all intents and purposes, a ministry to men in the marketplace. Our mission is all centered around the Great Commission out of the Bible in Matthew 28:18 through 20, where Jesus said, all authority has been given to me in heaven and earth. Therefore, go make disciples of all nations, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So we believe that commandment, that commission was given to all of us. And we take that seriously at CBMC. And as a result, we spend time working with men, trying to develop business and professional men to train them to be able to carry out the Great Commission and disciple other men as they have been discipled, so to speak. So I guess, Larry, I would say that our mission is to be able to come alongside men wherever they are in their life, in the marketplace. We're non-denominational, and we're not exclusively a men's ministry, I should say, to the exclusiveness of women, but our belief is that if we spend our time and energy and resources working with men, good things happen to them and their families. It strengthens them as an employer, an employee, as a father, and as a husband. And in that process, we try to find out where the man is. Whenever I start meeting with an individual, I try to make some kind of a determination as to where he is in his life. What is there I might be able to do to encourage him or to help him? And most men are carrying a little baggage of some sort or another, whether financial or marriage or any one of a number of dozen or two things. And not that we don't have the magic formula to fix anyone other than whatever God wants to do in and through them. But that's at the core of who we are. I try to help men become all that God really intended for them to be when He designed them.
I've heard our mayor say when the Hornets were coming to Oklahoma City a number of years ago, he said that Oklahoma City is a faith-based community where the people in Oklahoma City dream big dreams, right, but then are willing to roll up their sleeves and go to work and achieve those dreams. And you are coming alongside and helping that faith-based dimension of all our citizens be strong and vibrant and healthy.
I think that's accurate. We don't view ourselves as a replacement for the church. We're not a church. Ideally, when we meet with a man, our goal is, if he's not already church, to get him into a church. And if he is in his church, we would consider it our goal to help him be a better leader in the church, to be able to be a discipler of men within his church, to be more active in his men's group, to help him have a better grasp of biblical concepts. So we don't want to confuse ourselves with someone that's in place of a church. Not at all. But I think the mayor is exactly right, and I think we're really blessed here in Oklahoma City to have the leadership we have in the state and the federal level. I don't know how many states really have as solid a background as we have, and our leaders being really well established in their faith. We're very fortunate.
Now, you have a signature event each year.
Yes, sir.
That event's coming up in April. How about filling our viewers in on that signature event?
Glad to, and it is coming up on April the 11th, and it'll be held at the Cox Convention Center in the Great Hall. This will be our 29th annual Metro Prayer Breakfast, and at one time it was called the Mayor's Metro Prayer Breakfast, and now it's kind of the CBMC/Mayor's Metro Prayer Breakfast. The Mayor's office is very supportive of the event, and our head table will have, probably 22 people, including people like the governor and the mayor and councilman and those that'll be up there from leadership. I had an individual tell me here a while back, he's the president of one of our universities. He said, when I was interviewing for this job several years ago, I came to the Mayor's Metro Prayer Breakfast, and I looked at the head table and I saw all those individuals that were up there. And, from the military to the police department to the fire department, on and on. He said, I figured any community that had that strong a faith background had to be a good place to live. So I thought that was a good testimony. The speaker this year, at our 29th, will be a man by the name of Dr. Steve Scheibner. And he's got a really fascinating story. He is a naval officer, and now he's active in the Naval Reserve. Mm-hmm. But he's got over 12,000 hours of flying. And he's the first officer with American Airlines, stationed in Boston out of Logan International. The interesting part about what he will have to say is that he was the pilot that was scheduled to fly Flight 11, which is the flight that went into the Twin Towers in New York City. So his story is one of someone dying in his place. And scripturally, as you would know, it's called atonement in terms of the way Christ died for us. And his belief is that now he's had two people die in his place. Because, and let me back up and say that while he was scheduled to fly, an officer with a bit more seniority at that time bumped him, as they say. So even though he was thinking he was going to fly, that day he learned that he wasn't to fly. Mm-hmm. And had he been the pilot, the first officer, he would, of course, been involved in that crash. It's a powerful story.
Fascinating story.
It is,
fascinating
indeed.
Story. Now, that goes on at the Metro Prayer Breakfast. That will be at the Cox Center.
Right.
How many attendees are you expecting at that?
Well, the room holds about 1,500, and we'll max it out. Generally speaking, we have as many people as it will hold. And there'll be men and women there of all ages, types and descriptions, and I suppose there'll probably be, I don't know what the mix would be, but maybe 20, 30% women. Maybe mm-hmm. Not that much, but we don't keep track of that. But it's a very encouraging event.
And so ladies are also welcomed and encouraged to attend that event.
Absolutely.
Now, a man or a woman who would like to attend that event, let's just give a shameless commercial here. How can they get tickets for that event?
Well, the website is okc@cbmc.com. Mm-hmm. okc@cbmc.com. If they'll go into that website, they'll be able to get more information about the speaker and be able to click on a link and order tickets online if they'd like. And that'd be great to do that.
And the event starts at what time in the morning?
6:30.
6:30, but there's a commitment at the other end for somebody who wants to know when they can get out and get back to the marketplace. It will end at
8:30.
8:30, so they can plan on that.
We try to be out of there by 8:30 sharp. We recognize people need to get back to work, and it's very important to them.
And you mentioned that head table of roughly 20-odd people up there. I believe the governor at this point is scheduled to be there?
She's invited, and she was there last year. It's always a matter of some last-minute situation, but she's a very strong supporter of our ministry, and she's a fine lady.
What would you say about the faith community in Oklahoma City right now? Healthy, sick, growing, diminishing? What would be your assessment of it?
Well, I heard the gentleman who is head of I think he's the head of the health, what would it be, commission or committee or whatever for the state, talking about our overall physical health in Oklahoma. We're not proud of the fact that we're not where we'd like to be. But as far as we're concerned spiritually, I believe we are exceptionally blessed. We are, I'd say we're very strong as cities go in terms of our faith commitment, generally speaking. I can't give you statistics on that, but
Sure.
I don't view that as a problem for us in Oklahoma City. In fact, I think experiences like the bombing and others that we've kind of got this Oklahoma story, of people in Oklahoma help each other. And all of that's not by accident. I think there's a deep cultural foundation that is faith-based that says, we care about each other, and that's a biblical concept of love each other, love one another as I have loved you. I think we're very blessed there.
When you look at what's happened in Oklahoma City with the leadership, the vision that they had back in the 80s and early 90s, it's just amazing to think that we're here before we got on camera talking about Thunder Up and how exciting that's been for the city.
Unbelievable, isn't it? The sequence of events that's happened over the last several years, going back to the bombing and even a little bit before that, of course, but the way we have stuck together here in Oklahoma City and the good things that have happened, I think you can use the word blessed pretty freely there. And it's no accident. I think the leadership of our city and our state have been, and our representatives are the type people that care about other people, and it shows in what we've done. I know one thing. One of the things that is planned in the future that we're really wanting to see is the convention center. As I mentioned, I think 1,500 is our maximum at the Cox Great Hall, and I long for the day when we can have a convention center that will put no limits on that. Not just for us, but for other conventions that we can draw to Oklahoma City and show them what we have to offer now. Not too many years ago, we wouldn't have been just all excited about having people here for big conventions, but we have a lot to offer.
And that was interesting when you said that earlier off camera about how you're looking forward to the convention center so that you can expand the number of people who attend this signature event each year.
Absolutely.
And what a great impact that would be. And how many people, just amazing that you could reach and help. And you used the term earlier that a lot of us have some baggage in our lives.
Yes.
And one of the thrusts of this Metro Prayer Breakfast is to encourage you and I that there's some hope for that baggage, that we can become even better fathers, husbands, grandfathers, business people. And you used the term off camera also, that one of the thrusts of CBMC is to help improve the ethical standards
Yes.
of the business community.
That's really one of the primary driving factors behind the Metro Prayer Breakfast, is to help spread the need for sound ethics in business, morality, and that's at the core of who we really are or who we really should be. And this is just an effort to do that. I know, Larry, a lot of men that have been impacted by the Metro Prayer Breakfast. Matter of fact, that's how I got involved. I was asked to do a prayer at the 1998 Metro Prayer Breakfast and decided I needed to know more about the organization. So I just kind of started, exploring around and ran into a group of guys that had a small group Bible study, and here I am.
Here you are. And we're glad you're here.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope you all have caught the commitment that Harold's got. And that event coming up, April the 11th. If you don't know anything about CBMC, let me encourage you to go to that website, get involved, and take a look at moving forward with the rest of these people leaders in our community who are committed to making Oklahoma City a really great place to live, to work, to retire, and to raise children and grandchildren for years to come.
Amen.
Thank you, Harold, for coming. Thank you for watching. May God bless each of you as you walk through your life with the baggage that you have right now and hopefully catch the vision that CBMC has. There's a better way of life out there. Thank you, and God bless you.